Hello, welcome to the first of many videos that will be offered as part of the video series put through by Mental Health and Addiction Services of Ottawa, which stands for MASO. For those of you who may not be familiar with MASO, we are a private clinical practice, fee for service. We offer one-on-one counseling as well as family counseling and group programming. In terms of the group programming, we offer a SMART recovery group on Saturday mornings, or SMART group, which stands for Self-Management and Recovery Training for individuals who may be struggling with addictions. That's on Saturdays from 10 to 11:30 a.m. and it's a drop-in donation program. We are just about to start a SMART group for loved ones of individuals struggling with addictions. That's going to start on Friday, November 24th, which is a Friday. So each Friday from 5:30 till 7 p.m. Again, also donation based and a drop-in group. And as mentioned in my previous video, we will be starting the 12-week plus one-day retreat MB Eat group, mindfulness-based eating awareness training. That will be starting on Tuesday, November 21st. However, we will be having a free orientation session a week before, which will be Tuesday, November 14th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the MASO site. So now that I provided you with a bit of overview of what we offer here at MASO, I wanted to talk specifically about intentions for today's video, because intentions not only motivate us to continue work on our personal goals and our personal growth and well-being, but also can act as a guidepost that we can come back to as a motivator when working towards any kind of behavioral change in our lives. So what is intention? So intentions are goals that we set that help guide our activities, our thoughts, our attitudes and choices in a way that align with these goals. So it is important, though, that when we create goals, that we're actually linking them to deeper values that are important to us on a long-term basis. So that can be external, including, the goal of having a healthy family relationships, healthy friend relationships, having a positive, healthy work life. And it also can include internal factors such as I want to be healthy, physically, mentally healthy. I want to have a balanced mood, have a sense of peace, calmness. These are types of internal and external factors that can be what our values are and what are important to us. So it's important when we're setting goals that we're linking them to what actually is important to us, because it's going to enhance our motivation to stick it out, follow through with the steps that are required, or live our lives in a way that are in line with what is important to us. Now, this is alternative to what sometimes we end up doing, which is we create goals that are in line with external expectations that are imposed on us. So when I think of mindful eating, which was the center of our last video, I think of the idea that oftentimes people will make decisions about, or have the goal of changing their eating patterns so that they can lose 10 pounds or they can fit in a particular size jean. Now, if that goal is linked to, what society says is important to us, then, that's not in line with our deeper values. And so it's more likely that we're going to kind of steer clear away from achieving that goal, or falling off the wagon, for example. So instead, if we could say, I want to change my eating patterns because I want to enhance my physical health. I want to be more balanced in the way I eat so that I can have a more balanced mood throughout the day, so that I can be more present in my life. those are more achievable in a way because they're linked to deeper core values that we may hold. And also, it makes us more likely to ride the waves when, additional stressors in our lives come our way, or adversity comes our way. If these goals are linked to our deeper values, we may be more likely to ride that wave and continue on our path in a way that is moving ourselves towards what's important to us. Now, it's not only important to identify what our goals are and linking it to our values, but it's also important to create a plan that will help us be more effective in achieving our goals. So I like to refer to the SMART goals when creating this plan. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So when we're identifying what our goals are, we want to be specific. So what specifically do you want to achieve? So be very specific in how you're defining what your goal is, so you're actually knowing what you're reaching for. Measurable. So how do you know when you actually achieve this goal? What does that outcome look to you? And attainable. So, do you have the time, energy, resources to be able to achieve what you want to achieve? And, is it relevant? So this links us back to what we were talking about earlier. So is it linked to what our core values are and what's actually important to us in our lives, rather than what's imposed on us by others or what society thinks should be important to us? And time-based. So create a start date and an end date, so that we can hold ourselves more accountable to making that change and achieving the goals that we set out for us. And SMART goals, they're not set in stone. So, we can map this out. We can then start to carry out our plan. And if it doesn't feel achievable when we put it into practice, then we go back to our change plan worksheet and we revise it. Maybe break that goal down into more realistic steps, and reevaluate what is true to us and, what is more attainable. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about today in terms of intentions. So just as a wrap up, when we create intentions, which are our goals, linking it to our deeper core values and what's important to us, and creating a plan, a realistic plan, based on the SMART goals that we mentioned, so that we're more likely to be able to achieve those goals we set forth for ourselves. So please stay tuned for next week's video, where I'm going to be talking about mindfulness, dispelling some of the myths around mindfulness and meditation, and talking about some of the benefits and how that's linked to, the group mindful eating. So, see you next week.